Alright, welcome to video 2 in our 8-1 video series. This is going to be a pretty quick, short, easy video as well. In this video we are going to discuss the mode, which is another one of our measures of center. And what the mode is a number that appears the most often in a data set. Sometimes we are going to have more than one mode. If we have two or more numbers that appear the same number of times, then we would have more than one mode. And then occasionally we'll have no mode at all. This is going to be when every number in the data set appears an equal amount of times. So let's go ahead and look at the data. We're going to look at example 3a. And again, a good strategy to always use with this data, with the statistics, is to put the data in order. So I'm going to just do that real quick so that I make sure that I'm not missing any numbers. I would have 12, 14, 16, 18. I have a second 18. And then I have 20 and 21. And just to make sure I have all the data points, I'm just going to count how many were in my original set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And count how many I have in my new list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've made sure to get all the numbers. Alright, so what I need to look at now is which of these numbers is going to occur the most often. And in this case, 18 is the only number that appears more than once. So my mode is going to be 18. Let's go ahead and look at example 2 as well, or example 3b. And so the first thing I'm going to do again is put my numbers in order. I have 12, 19, 19, 20, 24, 27, 27, and 31. And now what you'll notice in this set is that I'm going to have the number 19 listed twice. But I'm also going to have the number 27 listed twice. So that means that this is going to have two different modes, and the only thing differently I have to do to answer this is just write both modes separated by a comma. Alright, we have one more example to look at. We'll go ahead and put these in order as well. We have 12, 13, we have a second 13, we have a 14, a 15, and a 20. So in this, I'm going to look for the one that occurs the most often. That is going to be my 13 that occurs twice. So my mode would be 13. So in this example set, we don't have an example of one that would have no mode. But all that would be doing is where all the numbers were listed the same amount of times. We maybe don't have any repeats or everything repeats twice. So it's really easy to figure out when there's going to be no mode. Now, we did talk about median, where it is useful to have. We can use the median for when we had outliers. It was a good measure of center. The mode is really only going to be the measure of center that we look at when more than half the values of the data set are the same, or if the data is non-numerical. So maybe instead of talking about numbers, we were talking about like colors or something like that, the non-quantitative variables. In those cases, then sometimes the mode is the best one to use, but this is probably the least used of any of our measures of center. Alright, there are 3 U-Try problems for you guys to attempt. Go ahead and get those taken care of, and we'll talk about the mean in the next video.